Life has an expiration date on it, and none of us are getting any younger. We're not getting any younger. Speak for yourself, Travis, right? But no, we're not getting any younger. The Bible says, though, the end of a thing's, that Pam said, hush, the end of a thing's better than the beginning, and the death of one better than the birth. We can have a type of death right here today. We can make a decision to take off the old and put on the new. We can do that each and every day. We don't have to get anybody's permission to be different right now than we were 5 minutes ago. I have to remind myself that all the time, because people will say, well, that ain't you. That ain't you. Well, it is now. So we're making a decision. We're conforming to the image and likeness of Christ. Hey, Kelly. Hey, Angie. Hey, everybody. So since life has an expiration date and every day's precious, just a brief review. How long does it take to get back in efficient fat burning after you spike glucose and the fat bus comes? Loretta says 2. Do you think that most people in this country, 74 to 76% of the people, are dealing with overweight, obese, or morbidly obese? Do you think they walk around thinking before they eat that it's going to take 2 days to get back into fat burning? They don't. And they're paying attention to the scales, and the scales go down. They think they're burning fat, but the scales, they only measure gravity. They don't measure glory. You can't pay attention to the scales. You can only pay attention to them about once a month. You have to trust your weekly timing chart. How much time did you spend in efficient fat burning mode? And we can know that pretty reasonably well if we, on the honor system, we are sticking to the bulletproof shield. It works for every single person, and even dogs. It might work even for aliens from another planet. I don't know, but it definitely works for human beings and dogs. So there's no excuses. And anytime that you get a craving and you're dealing with filling that void, you're having an uncomfortable moment, anxiety, stress, boredom, and you want to escape that, and you opt for a little Debbie brownie instead of the one I'm going to show you. That's 2 days that you lose on the journey to wellness. And I know in the moment that you value instant gratification, but if you would hold space and think about it, you value a lean and healthy and energetic body full of vitality more than you do a few moments of mouth pleasure. What we want is what we're talking about today. We want mouth pleasure that takes care of the craving, plus fat loss and insulin control. Fat bus, appetite goes up, fat storage takes place, not just then, but for up to 2 days later too. And it's a growth hormone. So appetite's up, fat storage stops your EFB for up to 2 days. It's never worth it, especially when you have delicious void replacements that are fortified with the right amount of protein and fiber to combat that surge of glucose that you'll get if you didn't have that ingredient combination. These items have to meet our formulas, or if they're close to the formula, we will put in the description how to have it throughout the day in alignment with your circadian rhythm so that by the next day you're back in fat burning. So let's look at void replacements. Always be mindful. It's never worth it. And if you just can't get over the craving, here's some great stuff, okay? We'll do this pretty quick. You may not be familiar with some of the stuff in here. Some of it you may have forgotten. Some of it may be just a review. We've been talking a lot about MCT oil. Replace your cooking oils at home, please. You can't get restaurants to replace with MCT, but there is never any reason, unless you're dipping some crab meat in some ghee butter, there's never any reason to have any cooking fat other than MCT. Per serving, it's inexpensive. The medium chain triglycerides are three fatty acids that are smaller in their structure and they just go through the cells very easily. They don't get stored. They are used as energy. They have almost no propensity to be stored on the body as fat. So when I'm doing a saute or whatever, I'm using MCT oil. So you should too. You really should. Coconut oil is approved. Ghee, I still though am amazed when people get coconut oil instead of MCT oil. I don't get it because you still have 33, 34% long chain triglycerides that are easy to be stored. Why even do that? MCT is so readily available now. And look, those days, the more days that you've got good, better, best. Some days you do good, but the more of them best days you have where you pull it all together, man, fantastic. Like if you use coconut oil and had a perfect day, that's a good day. But use MCT oil and have a perfect day, that's an optimal day. Just something to think about. I used to be on the Roni diet. That's why I ended up over 300 pounds. And I know it's junk, but I love beef Roni, macaroni. I love the Ronis. Okay. So I found these years ago, and thank goodness they still make them. So many things they stopped making during COVID and after COVID. AHS cheesesteak pasta, you might want to take notes because I'm going to go over ways to have these that I do that I enjoy. So up to 2 packages is like Chef Boyardee. So you've got you a nice little meal there. 1 pack can be an approved snack. I also like to take 1 pack and put them over double bites. I find that interesting and good. Obviously, you could have 1 pack and have a salad. Those are some ways that I have the cheesesteak pasta. They're lower in calorie than these other two, so you can have 2 packs. AHS fettuccine, 1 pack is an approved meal or an approved snack. It's best to be a meal though. It goes over the 200 calorie limit a little bit, but we do let people have it as an approved snack, but I don't. Ways that I use it, I like to put those little petite baby shrimp in it, shrimp Alfredo. I'll just saute them up in MCT and put them in there. I'll do that with scallops. I'll do that with those Publix Langostino lobster bites. You can use 96% lean ground beef. There's several things that you can do. Any lean protein that you add to that, it is delicious. Might want to give that a try. Another thing that I like to do with the mac and cheese and fettuccine, fry me up a little turkey spam. Yep, I'm country and I'm on a budget. So I'll cut me up little strips of turkey spam fried in MCT and put that in there too sometime. It's really good. If you're going to have it with a sandwich, you need to have 1 serving, a half a serving of it, and have half a sandwich, or we'll go over the starch too much. Mac and cheese works the same. It's also a great perfect pairing with any lean protein. Chicken breast and the mac and cheese serving. Don't ever have 2 packs of this together though. Not at the same time. AHS pancakes, one of my favorite pancakes. I also use it like little pigs in the blanket. Use it like a hot dog bun. It's got a sweet flavor to it, but it's great pancakes. I use sugar-free syrup, a little 0-calorie butter spray. Up to 2 packs is a meal. 1 pack with eggs, any of the traditional breakfast items. You can even put you a palm full of berries on there. New product alert. It's hard to find these Atkins almonds, chocolate-covered almonds. I love chocolate-covered nuts. A serving of this it is an eating episode, can be a snack or a meal. Preferably it's an eating episode, one of the 3, but it is a snack. You don't want to do 2 at a time. There's not enough nutritive value. But if you're like me and you get a hankering for chocolate covered nuts, I keep these on hand. So I love those, a handful of them, the perfect little snack, and they are really good. You don't want to overdo it because of the sugar alcohol. That can cause some gastrointestinal distress, but 1 pack is really nice. Atkins Indulge Squares, I love these. I keep them in the freezer. I can pop a couple of these. It just satisfies that chocolate caramel craving. You've got Carbolite ice cream. Uh, we have many approved ice creams, but you have to watch your portion of those. With this one, up to 2 cups made is an approved snack. You get a ton of it, and it's also great, like we've been doing with our GC Control, grinding up some of the approved peanut butter cups on it, etc. You can do things like that too because it's really low calorie. It tastes like homemade snow cream. I really like it. Chocolate chocolate pecan clusters replaces pecan clusters. Peanut butter patties replace peanut butter cups. 4 of these is a snack. These are the ones, these peanut butter patties are the ones I prefer in my GC Control when I'm having a mock sonic blast. They're very high in fiber. They help shut down the fat bus. These stay in my survival kit because that way, if I'm on a drive and I get to the convenience store and I have this mental need to have a Reese's when I walk in there, I know what I've got in my survival kit and I save myself 2 days of no fat burn. 𝐾𝐶 a great clean. This is one of the few clean products out there that's processed. This is perfectly clean. 𝐾𝐶 moringa is extremely beneficial. It is so nutrient dense. It is a very good hot chocolate. It's a little light on the protein, but otherwise it's the perfect hot chocolate. I will mix this in my Four Sigmatic coffee, and now I've got a chocolatey cocoa-y flavor in my coffee, and I'm getting all that nutrient value. It is an eating episode. By itself, up to 2 servings is going to be a snack, but I'm usually using it as a meal in the morning mixed with something. I will sometimes mix it with bio coffee if you're struggling with regularity and you want a coffee that doesn't have caffeine, that's alkaline. Bio coffee. This is also great if you have plummeting blood sugar levels due to fasting and working out and you need to get your blood sugar up without provoking the fat bus. Drinking too many of them by themselves is going to cause the fat bus because of the tapioca starch. It's a vegan product. You can mix it with Healthwise hot chocolate or 𝐾𝐶, and that's the perfect eating episode. Creamy chicken soup, up to 2 packs, is a meal for me. It's also great for a training wheel fast. It doesn't disrupt autophagy too much. It does break your fast because of the protein. But if you're on a training wheel fast where you're not completely going without food, look no further than these high protein soups. I really enjoy them. It's also great with a half a sandwich. It's great with any lean protein. I love the soups. I'm a soupaholic. My favorite, chicken noodle and beef noodle. The David protein bar is a pretty clean bar. It's a new find by Karen, who operates the Shibby Shop on our behalf. The David bar is a delicious bar. It's best used as a meal replacement. You could get away in a pinch using it as a snack episode, but bottom line, it is an eating episode. And for optimization, we're trying to stay with 3 or less eating episodes regardless of the type. This is a great little lunch. It's very filling and satisfying, and it's pretty clean. My favorite chip of all chips, Double Bites. I like the cheddar flavored ones. Here's where I'm putting my Wendy's chili, or I'm having it with an approved sandwich. Now, it's best to have half a sandwich, but I can even have the entire sandwich. If I'm driving down the road and I didn't come prepared, but I have these in my survival kit, I can even have my Diet Coke and a couple of packs of these and make it a meal. They're so heavy in protein. Another thing that I like to do is take them in the Mexican restaurant. It's better to have it it's better to have it, not need it, than need it, not have it. If they're ordering cheese dip, now I got something to dip in the cheese dip. Otherwise, it's Fat Bus City. Quest chips work too, but I like these because they don't break. So you got it for your guacamole, for your cheese dip, for your salsa, but you do have to count it as an eating episode. So if I'm in the Mexican restaurant and I order fajita meat and I carry in my tortilla, that's my meal. But if I still have remaining episodes, I could go ahead and have a snack too. I love double bites. Egg Whites International, we've been talking about that. Cleanest egg whites around, so good for you, even drinkable, great for the base of your shake. Fiber Gourmet Biscotti Bites, I love these dipped in a little peanut butter. One handful with a tablespoon of peanut butter is a great snack or meal. The Fiber Gourmet flour is like the FiberWise flour. We can add this to recipes that normally wouldn't work and make them work. Shut down the fat bus where before it didn't. Now we can use these flours. You'll see these flours, FiberWise is cleaner and better. This is a good one though. I have both in the house. This one is really good and it will help shut down the fat bus. So many recipes call for FiberWise flour or Fiber Gourmet flour. You should probably keep it on hand. The best pasta, undoubtedly, is not Explore Cuisine, even though it's better for weight loss. The best pasta is Fiber Gourmet. I give up a little speed of weight loss sometimes for the Fiber Gourmet because it tastes like that good old Mueller's brand pasta that Mama used to make. And they have so many different shapes, whether it's the rotini or the lasagna or just the regular pasta. Any pasta recipe, you can swap out, if it calls for Explore Cuisine, you can swap it with Fiber Gourmet and it just costs you 1 point on the weight loss meter. Fiber Gourmet Thinables, same here. I love these dipped in peanut butter. It makes for a great snack. I will let that be a full eating episode. But for lunch, if I'm in a hurry, I'll take a handful of these and a tablespoon of peanut butter. I'm good to go. Fit Crunch Wafer Bar reminds me of the old Oh Yeah bars. This is a fantastic bar. It tastes like a candy bar. They're addictive. You just got to control the amount you eat. Thankfully, they don't provoke a fat bus too much. So you can control your appetite better than you can with a regular candy bar. But these are so good. These taste like those Reese sticks. That's what they taste like. Great eating episode. Your crisp bread is perfect. They're freebies. I will use these a variety of ways. I'll take fat-free cheese and melt on it, have a little freebie cheese toast. I'll take fat-free cream cheese and some berries and put that on top, and I've got me a little extra. Really good if I need to satisfy myself but don't want to waste a full eating episode. Grab the Gold Bar like Mama's no-bake bars. Best to be used as a meal. It's so good. It is small. It's very filling though, but it's best to use it as a meal and not a snack. Health-wise high-protein oatmeal, 1 package with your eggs, 2 packs as a meal. Is fortified with protein. Oatmeal does not do the body good unless it's high-protein oatmeal. You can make a case that steel-cut oats are okay as a category 3, but instant oatmeal, even though we have some approved, is not good for you. This one's good for fat loss. Health-wise hot chocolate, everyone knows if you've listened to me much that a standard eating episode for me in the morning is Health-wise hot chocolate mixed with something. And I'll do 4 Sigmatic with some creme brulee, GC Control, or otherwise it's Cocoa Ringo with hot chocolate or hot chocolate with bio coffee. It's heavy in protein, so that's a good combination. If you get in a pinch and you're having cravings and you just need an extra without it being a meal or snack, you can have a pack of this and it won't hurt you at all. Here's just another pancake. A lot of people prefer the Health-wise pancakes. They're decent to me, but I just like the others better. But you might like these better. I like AHS better. Health-wise high-protein soup, like the tomato soup, have that with a grilled cheese sandwich. Not going to hurt you a bit. It's nothing but protein. Also great for those fasting days. Healthiest bar on the planet is a hemp bar. Doesn't matter the topping, they're all great. 1/3 of a hemp bar is a meal replacement. There are several wow challenges that yoke up to the hemp bar. This is 12 inches long. There's some great protocols where you can just get your wits about you, get your discipline back, and graze on a hemp bar all day and don't have anything else. You'll be shocked. You'll lose up to 1 pound a day. It even revitalizes your cells, all those hemp parts do. Hemp flakes with the berries. I love this over my scrambled eggs or egg whites. but basically it's a 1+2 or a condiment. I love it on a salad with or without meat. Hemp hearts, same thing. A little higher in calories, great category 6 superfood. Hemp hearts, high energy crumbles. I will add this to Magic Spoon cereal, or I'll add it to the Simply Fit nut clusters. Add me a little Egg Whites International. You might want to add milk if you're afraid of drinking egg whites. Makes for a fantastic, healthy, robust cereal. The hemp flakes without the berries is better for weight loss. Either one's fine. It's a 1+2. Health-wise, high protein hot chocolate again. Oatmeal, just a different brands. The chicken noodle soup is my favorite, along with the beef noodle. Legendary Pop-Tart replacement right here. Legendary pastries with your Four Sigmatic coffee in the morning. If you're in a hurry, don't give the kids those Pop-Tarts. It's horrible for them. They're going to put on so many fat cells when they're young doing that. They're going to have to deal with the fat bus. Their cells are going to become desensitized to insulin and need more and more insulin. Our young people are perishing because of stuff like this. So switch to something that's good for them comparably. This is going to help us control the amount of fat bus, actually pretty much keep it at a minimum. Put it in the toaster oven and have your coffee in the morning. I don't know how you beat it. I love doing that when I'm in a hurry. The legendary protein chips, they work like the other chips did. Legendary sweet rolls work just like the pastry did. I love the sweet rolls. Sometimes I'll just have them for dessert. Like I'll save up my eating episodes. If I'm having one meal, and then after that meal, I would have something like this warmed up as a dessert. Lenny and Larry complete cookies, I get them for one reason. I get them to crush them up in my GC control and have a mock sonic blast without the fat bus. Karen Klein's got me hooked on the Fitzels. She even made me put wow challenges in there with these, and now I know why. They're delicious. So Fitzels, you got to watch your serving because there's 3 servings in a big pack, but these can be used as a category 2+3. So if you're having the right type of sandwich with the right type of bread, it's another, you use it like a chip basically. Just control your portion. A big handful at night while I'm watching a movie is a great approved snack. Lenny and Larry cookies are the closest to homemade that I've found. Challenge with them is they're loaded with calories, but they're not bad. You just got to do it right. A half a Lenny and Larry cookie with your coffee or with your health-wise hot chocolate is the perfect eating episode. If you want to do a wow challenge and have coffee and 2 of these big cookies in a day to get your discipline back and get it out of your system, you can. Example, I'll have my Four Sigmatic coffee in the morning. For lunch, I'll have a macadamia Lenny and Larry, and then for dinner, maybe a chocolate chip one. That's a good wow challenge. Minestrone soup, same as the other soups. These pretzel twists work just like the Fitzels. The protein moon pie, we've got various moon pies. You can replace your moon pie with these. You'll love them. They're so good. There's a peanut butter one too. Great meal episode, great lunch. You're in a hurry, have that coffee with a moon pie for lunch. You could do it for breakfast too. It's so easy to lose weight when you put the blinders on and focus on what you can have, not on what you cannot have. You've also got, I'm going to come back to this brownie. You've got Quest cheese crackers to replace your Cheez-Its. Put this in your homemade chili or Wendy's chili. Or you can use them like double bites. One of my favorite void replacements is peanut M&M replacement, Quest coated peanut candies. Probably my favorite right now. I'll use 1 pack as an eating episode. It is a snack, but I'll count it like you would a meal. I try to be real light during the day, so for lunch, I'll just grab those and be done. I love those things. Or again, go back to, you can have up to 3 eating episodes a day. So if I have coffee for breakfast, I haven't had an eating episode. Then for lunch, if I have approved sandwich, that's my first eating episode. Then for dinner, I have my red column meal, fish and broccoli. I've had 2 eating episodes. So for dessert, could I have these, Paulette? And then I'd be optimal, right? You've got these Quest muffins, outstanding. Use them just like you do the legendary pastries or sweet rolls. Quest peanut butter cups. I like the Health Smart peanut butter patties better, but these are good too as for your mock blast. Keep it under 200 calories a serving for a snack. You don't want to go over 200 calories with these. Here's your Chester Cheeto replacement. Delicious. I love these things. Great little snack. Use like double bites. Quest chips, probably the healthiest chip we've got on the board, but they're real crumbly, so it's hard to use them to dip. But if you're just looking for a chip and your Sprite Zero, this is the way to go. They got a lot of great flavors. Here's another oatmeal pie that's peanut butter based. A lot of people love these wild chicken chips. They're basically a meal though. They're really loaded in protein and fat. So it would make a good meal, or a half a pack with your sandwich is a good way to go too. A lot of people like the flavor of those the best. Now, I'm going to come back to this new Quest brownie. I love this thing. I don't know how many of you've been around long enough to remember the Glenny's brownie. Does anybody remember when I used to eat and tell everybody about Glenny's brownies? Is there anybody remaining that remembers those days? Glenny's. I think I cried when they quit making Glenny's brownies. I got a Zoom user that remembers them. You could have two of them as a snack. They were like homemade brownies. This is the closest thing that I found that's new. I love this thing. Again, if you're just showing up, I am on the detox. I'm giving myself a pass because I'm teaching a class. I want to show you something. Don't you go do this on the detox. If you do, so that I can stay and not tap out, I'll give you a pass too today. But this is a pretty heavy little brownie. It's got 190 calories, 12 grams of fat, so it's very satiating. It's got 23 carbs, but 9 grams of fiber, so no big fat bust coming here. 10 grams of protein. It's 190 calories, so it is the perfect little snack, and it's heavy. It's like homemade. But watch what I do and turn it into a meal. I'm a cheater. I got me some natural peanut butter, and I'm going to take 1 tablespoon. Now, we could use this brownie with our approved ice cream and have a meal. We could take this half of this brownie, and now we got a Sonic Mock Blast brownie style. Mix that in your GC control. But I'm taking my peanut butter, and I'm going to whop it on there. I'm going to whop it right there. And this is going to be a meal. I'll pour me a cup of coffee and have peanut butter with my brownie and that Four Sigmatic coffee, and I'm full for hours. That's the best thing I've had in forever, Cindy. I'm telling you. I love that thing.
You ever warm them? You ever warm them in the microwave?
I do. You can warm them. Don't warm them long. It'll fall apart on you. But 10 seconds maybe if you want to warm it would be fine.
And which brownie was that? Because I'm on a brownie hunt and I'm not loving the
These are the best.
protein Quest. Okay. Do
No,
they have, it's just like a normal brownie, or are there various flavors of the brownie?
this is the only one I'm aware of.
Purple package, I can remember that. Thank you.
That's a good question. I had it and I said, Karen, whatever you do, please get these brownies for me. If nobody else gets them, I'll get them.
That's what I was eating all the time.
It's not a homemade brownie, but it's the closest thing. And you don't get the fat bus. It's great for like lunch or breakfast. I like it for lunch. But high protein, I add peanut butter. They're asking which peanut butter. Because you guys are here, I just pulled out the Skippy Natural, so it didn't seem like you then had to go buy some other peanut butter. But using nuts and more is higher protein. PB2 would be better. But I'm just using natural and only 100 calories. That puts that brownie close to 300 calories. but that's the perfect meal with a cup of coffee. In the morning, if you want to turn it into a full meal, health-wise, hot chocolate or cocoa ringo with that will work as well. I use a tablespoon of peanut butter, but the less peanut butter, the better. Ice cream, yeah, so how I would do that, let's remember, ice cream and a brownie is going to be a meal. So if I'm wanting to have it like dessert after my evening meal, it's best not to eat during the day anything but freebies. And then you're having two meals because you're doing OMAD, so those two meals become one big meal. Does that make sense? Like Halo Top or the Shibby ice cream, Sweet Freedom ice cream. But again, if you have this as a dessert and you've already had 3 eating episodes, you're not going to lose weight that day. So if you had 3 meals and then you eat this as dessert with ice cream, you're not losing weight that day unless you have tons of weight to lose. But I love to do it with ice cream. I try to pay it forward. I try to make sure I conserve calories. So if I'm needing a little dessert, I can do that. Would bio coffee work with it? It would not be a good option to do this with bio coffee because bio coffee has 17, 18 grams of starch. It's best to get your blood sugar up with it or have it in the morning with one of those high protein beverages. Which peanut butter did I use? This was just Skippy Natural, which is not the one I normally use. I usually use Nuts and More, but you could also do PB2. PB2. A little trick with PB2 is to mix it with, you normally mix it with water, mix it with a little sugar-free pancake syrup, and it sure is good. Let me make sure I didn't miss anything. I don't see anything I missed. Any questions or comments? That's the void replacement session.
Hey, Travis, I sent you a private message of what I ate tonight, asking if it was okay. I did the Travis spaghetti sauce with like real cauliflower. I just
Where
sent the
did you,
message.
where did you,
Um, in the chat on the Zoom, I just sent it to you just privately.
yeah, egg whites are on the site, Kim. And there's a link in the Shibby Shop there in the store. Is a half a cup of Travis's spaghetti sauce on cauliflower? Okay. Oh, yeah. Anytime you replace pasta with cauliflower, you just improved it.
It was wonderful. I wasn't sure how it would taste, but I gave my husband the fiber gourmet pasta, but since that's not on detox, I thought, well, let me try it over cauliflower.
Yeah. 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 Anytime you replace any of the approved pasta with cauliflower, you just improve that recipe drastically. That's a good trick. Tanya is asking, can we have brownie with peanut butter and a hot chocolate? Now you have stepped over the boundaries, Tanya. Can't do that, sis. You could have the brownie with hot chocolate or the brownie with the peanut butter, but not both. You boundary pusher. I like it. I do it too. Please repeat the Lenny and Larry Wow idea for the complete cookie. It should be in Wow challenges, but you can have like a cup of coffee in the morning or a cookie. You can only have 2 meals. So what I do is I'll have a cup of coffee in the morning. I'll drink my Spark throughout the day. Then I'll eat like maybe the macadamia flavor for lunch with a freebie beverage. And then maybe the chocolate chip flavor or whatever flavor I want at night before sunset. So you can have 2 cookies and freebie beverages during the day. And that's a great wow challenge to lose up to 1 pound a day. But if you lose your discipline and you have a 3rd eating episode, you won't lose weight. Those cookies are very high calorie. They're for when you're having 2 meals. Otherwise, you can take half of a Lenny and Larry cookie, pair it with a high protein hot chocolate and you'll be fine. Does that make sense, everybody? Did y'all get some ideas? Y'all know what I have for dinner. All right, we've got another class coming up, so I'm gonna go finish getting ready. If you get the individual packs of nuts and more, can you have a whole pack at once or it's too much? You can have the single serving packs. It's a category 6. Are the cookies soft? Complete cookies very soft. The brownies soft. The complete cookies are very soft. They're the closest I've seen to homemade cookies. They taste too good to be true. Yeah, they're good warmed. Be careful not to warm them too much, but if you just warm it up a little bit, they're delicious. No milk, please. If you want to have egg whites with it, you can. We don't want to add any calories to those complete cookies. That'll throw us off. Now, I take that back. If you're doing a half a cookie and you want one of the approved milks with it, that's a meal. That's just a regular meal. And it's a big cookie. I mean, it's almost as big as my face. So it's a lot of cookie. Yeah, you can get those at Walmart, and that we're here to support you no matter where you shop. Those of you that do have it on the heart to use our store, it helps us. It really helps us keep our thing going. It might be a little less convenient for you, but it sure does help us. Yeah, you can get Atkins at Walmart too. When you do get it from us, it does help us. Any other questions or comments? Thank you, Jennifer. She says shipping is quick too. Karen does a great job with that, don't she? Lenny and Larry cookies after 4 p.m. is not the right thing to do. Unless you're doing a wow challenge like we talked about, Miss Shirley. If you're having 3 eating episodes, bulletproof shield living, you don't want to have a cookie after 4 p.m. But if you're doing a wow challenge, we've kind of paid for it. It's still not the best thing to do, but because we've super controlled the calories with a meal plan, we'll be okay. Does that make sense? Thank you, Paulette. You do support it and have lost over 100 pounds, girl. Where do you shop? On the Shibby Shop. If those of you that will, it does help us keep this thing going. Ain't nobody here fleecing the sheep. I'll promise you that. It takes everything we can muster to keep it going. So if you go to the website to shop, you'll see the store items. Everything you ever will need to do this program is at your local grocery store. The stuff that we carry is hard to find, or either I like to eat it. So that's why we have the store, and that raises a little bit of money to try to keep up with the more than $10,000 of monthly payroll that is here, and that's without paying myself. I work another job. Does that make sense, everyone? I hope you liked it. I hope you enjoyed it, got some ideas. And there's plenty of more ideas you can come up with for void replacements. I always think, what can I replace this unapproved item with? What am I craving? Why am I craving it? Do I need it? Can I just hold space and resist? But if I gotta have it, better have it, not need it, than need it, not have it. The difference between me and a lot of clients, when you come in this house and you go into the pantry, 95% of it is approved. So even if I overeat, I'm not spiking the fat bus. It's a huge shift in how you think. You get in my fridge, 95% of what's in there is approved. So even if I overeat, I'm going to put on weight slow, if at all. Whereas if you're eating junk that spikes the fat bus, it's like popping gremlins. It's like water on top of gremlins. You just start exploding again. It's that growth hormone. What's the typical shipping time on egg whites? 2 days. So it's my understanding, somebody said yesterday I was wrong, and I may be. When you put your order in, they ship, no matter what day you put your order in, they ship on Mondays and Tuesdays. You get it in 2 days. They don't want it to wind up somewhere late on Friday night or Saturday or Sunday and it go bad. So they as soon as they ship it, it takes 2 days. Thanks for ordering the egg whites. That helps us too. Mac, I know Mac at Egg Whites International, and he even lets us do it less expensively than what he does it on his website. He tells me to tell y'all he loves you all the time. All these companies that do this good nutrition stuff, clean stuff, they've struggled since COVID. So he's got a great organization. He's awesome. I've been drinking his egg whites for over a decade. Anybody else? Before we go, just remember, be mindful, be mindful. Live in the moment that you reach your goal. Don't think it's out there somewhere and one day you might make it. Go on and inhabit that space now as if it's already happened and feel those emotions. You'll stay fired up. All right, I'll close us out in prayer. I'll see some of y'all in advanced class. Our Father which art in heaven, hallowed be thy name. Thy kingdom come, thy will be done in the earth as it is in heaven. Give us this day, Lord, our daily bread, and forgive us of our debts as we forgive our debtors. Lead us not into temptation, but deliver us from evil. For thine is the kingdom and the power and the glory forever. Amen. Thank y'all. Talk soon.